This might be another one of those life lesson episodes for Rudy. And I completely took family squabble out of context. My initial thought was we were gonna get back to handling Eris's family business. Their grandpa being beheaded and all that good stuff. I thought that that's where we were going, but I did not expect us to run into Paul anytime soon, especially with his daughter Norn, Rudy's baby sister, and with that fine ass adventurer that was over there as well. We don't know her name yet, or maybe we do, and I just wasn't paying attention. I'll end up seeing it on my second go through. But man, that was heavy. It's like an 86 episode, right? Because every episode has some sort of depth to it and a lot of pain behind what's going on. And this episode definitely unlocked a lot of that. But there were some things that Paul was saying to Rudy that I thought made a lot of sense. Because it's majority family issues and a lot of the village disappeared due to the disaster, the Mana disaster. But we'll get into that a little later on in the episode. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy xDomoSenpaix, and we are here to talk about episode 16 of Mushoku Tensei. If you are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, make sure you go down below, hit the link in the description or the red subscribe button. Anything will help me towards that cause of reaching my goal, which is to become a full-time content creator. Mushoku Tensei, I think we are 5 episodes from being fully done with the first season. I hope they come back immediately with season 2, because this is getting too good. It's too good to pass up. It's too good to not green light season 2 immediately, or just continue like how they used to do Naruto and stuff. They continue the whole thing. But I get it, that's probably not gonna happen, so we're probably not gonna see Mushoku Tensei for a good while after this season's done. But speaking of season done, let's get into episode 16, because there's a few things that I want to discuss about what happened. The squabble between Paul and Rudy was a long time coming, because they're sort of similar in the aspect of, their mannerisms and how they operate and the way their brain is wired in regards to females. It doesn't matter if you're with somebody for a long time, you for sure just gonna do your deed regardless. That's just how Paul operates, and Rudy is of a similar mindset, but there is something about Paul that Rudy does not have, right? And that is being family oriented. Rudy was so focused on himself and Eris that nothing else mattered. He didn't care about his actual family. He didn't care about none of that. He didn't care. As you saw when they brought up Ghislaine at the village, who was the only one who brought that up? That was Eris. Rudy was just like, oh, I didn't even think about that, which shows nothing else mattered to him but what was going on around him. He never thought once about what his family was doing in regards to the disaster. And we don't even know why he thought, everybody was going to be okay. He didn't even say, why didn't I think about everybody else in the village? I mean, Paul was saying some shit. Paul was saying some shit like, yo, I've been out looking for the rest of the village and our family this whole time. Meanwhile, you've been dilly-dallying, adventuring on your way back to the human continent. You could have been doing more. And that is true, because when they were at that port, he did not look for that message not once. He was more focused on everything else, about getting back to Eris's hometown, that nothing else really mattered. And that's something that pissed Paul off, which he has a right to be pissed off at that, because with how strong Rudy is, you would think that it would make much more sense for him to go on and find the rest of his family, like where his mom is at. And this is the interesting part, right? I initially thought that Norn was gonna be with his mom. That wasn't the case. Norn was with Paul, and his other baby sister is with the maid. That poses the question, where is his mom? His mom was a former adventurer, and they had quite the team, and she was quite strong. So I think she can handle herself really, really well. But just in regards to everything else, I don't know. We're in quite the pickle here. And funny enough, at the end of the episode, they gave us a title, but they didn't put the subtitle. And oh man, that kind of got me hot. But we got all focused on Paul's side, so let's think about the things with Rudy. He had a past life, like a former life, and he has all his memories from then. So with those memories comes trauma and issues and all that good stuff with his former family. So it would make sense that Rudy still carries over a lot of his mannerisms and faults from that world. So to come to another world and operate with the family while having issues with his former past life's family is just, it's kind of hard for him to do that. We've noticed that throughout the entire season, that, you know, getting along with people and just taking tiny steps. Remember in the first few episodes, him going outside, like that was a big fucking deal. But one of the things that kind of upset me about Rudy is when Paul brought up the entire village was teleported. The first person he thought about was Sylphie. And this goes back to the family issues. You know, he didn't think about his mom. He didn't think about his sisters. He didn't think about his dad because, you know, he thought Paul was going to be all right because, I mean, that's Paul, right? The first person he thought about was Sylphie. Shows the selfishness within Rudy is still, like, deep-rooted and very prevalent. That's something that I hope eventually gets cleansed, right? Like, that's eventually going to be washed away, because even after all this time, Rudy still displays a lot of selfishness. But with 20 plus years of that, it's going to take a long time to get rid of. But you can dig away at that stuff over time, just being surrounded by the right people. And I think, I mean, Eris is hella selfish. She was raised that way. So I guess that you can't, you know, be in good company at all times. But Ruijerd is definitely one of the ones who I think can help steer Rudy the right way. And I don't think him and Paul are gonna have a talk again anytime soon. I can't see it. I can't see it, right? Because you guys just had a moment. And that moment needs to chill out. Everybody that was at that pub needs to chill out, including Paul and Norn, and Rudy needs to chill out, and they need to go their separate ways for a little bit, because you can't have that squabble and then immediately try to reconcile. It doesn't work that way. You can't immediately reconcile deep-rooted issues like that, especially how traumatic that incident was. So next episode, I'm really excited because I just want to see what happens. Maybe they do hash it out. Maybe they do have a really good conversation and make moves as to what happens next. Because I think, oh my God, and then Ruijerd is there too? I mean, Ruijerd's not gonna step in because it's family issues, but if he has to defend his teammate, he will 100% step in. But Ruijerd versus all of them, it's a wrap. Right? It's a wrap. But that's all I have for today. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you are new. I want to do more videos throughout the week, but with how things have been going, dude, I have felt so decimated with a lot of the things that's been happening at the house. So I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate everybody checking in on me. I appreciate all of that. So with that being said, it's your boy XDomoSenpaix, and I will see you guys in the next video.